Hi, in this video, we're going to go through this paper 3 for web authoring. So we will go through November 2020 papers for the web authoring component. So first of all, you need to create your evidence documents. So in task 2, the web page, you're going to create the web page and the style sheets, okay? So the web page and style sheets must work in any browser. So all the color codes must in hexadecimal. So always remember, for the hexadecimal color code, you must actually put it in hashtag followed by red RR, GG green, and BB RGB. Okay, this is the sequence of the hexadecimal commands. Then make sure that your style sheet contains no HTML. So create a new folder called OWG. Locate the following file in your OWG folder. So what you have to do is you have to copy the files into your folder. So I'm going to put this work in this folder here. So here I'm going to name it as OWG. Okay, then I'm going to actually copy the files we are having. So go to the paper and get the source file given. So you have to copy all the files given. And paste it in the OWG folder. Okay, so display the content of a OWG folder showing the folder name, file extension, image dimension, and file size. So in order to show all these things, you can see here we have the folder name. You have folder name OWG. We have the file name. Okay, and file extension. So in Windows 10, you can go to the View tab. Make sure you check the checkbox for file name extension. So once you check it, you can see the file extension is actually being shown. Okay, even you show it in the detail, you can see the .jpg happens in your beside your file name. Then we need the image dimension. So in order to show the image dimensions, in the right click here, you go to More and look for dimension. So go for the dimension detail. So start from the dimension and click OK. Okay, so you can actually remove the text. So you can see the dimension is happening here, and we have the file size. Okay, so take a screenshot of your OWG folders and place it in your evidence document. Make sure that the file name, file extension, folder name, image dimension, and file size are clearly visible. So get your snipping tools. Okay, so you can get your snipping tools and you screenshot. Get your snipping tools, okay, or snip and scratch, and then screenshot. So we need to have 1, 2, okay, folder name, file extension, file size, and image dimension. So copy this and put it into your evidence document. So you have evidence number 1, name it properly and paste in your screenshot. So that is for first part. Then next, create a web page named as owg.html. The web page must work in all the browser, okay, with the structure as shown in the diagram. So each table cell is identified with the letters, and only essential dimensions are shown, and they are all in pixel. So the cell contents shown in the diagram must not appear in your final web page. The cell width allowed for the border spacing, which are set when your style sheets will be set when your style sheet is attached. So the cell width stated will be set when your style sheet is attached. So you can actually cross-check what is in question number 12. So question number 12, you're going to have the style sheets. Later on, you can actually have a look what is happening in your style sheets. Okay, then table border must not appear on the final web page. So in this video, we are using the expressions web 4 to actually create our website. So you can always remember open site. So this action will help us to actually include all the materials we need in one single folder. So point to Olafu folder, open. So on your folder list, you will see the list of the file you are having. So just now, since it mentioned about the style sheets, you can actually double click the style sheets and have a look. Okay, you can actually double click on the style sheets and have a look to double check what is going on. So now we need to actually create the HTML page. So first of all, you need to create the table. So we have to check how many rows and columns we need to create here. So in terms of the row, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and 1, 2, 3, 4 another 4 columns here needed. Then only we do the merging. Okay, so what we have to do is we need to create the HTML page. So right click, new HTML. So you can rename it olafu.htm and confirm the changes for your web page. Then double click to open. So I will use the design. Okay, I will use the split view. So in the design tab, we're going to include the table. So you're going to have 4 times 4 table. So go to table, insert table. So we have 4 rows and 4 columns. And here you can actually specify the width, because you can see here that is the width of your table. So this is the width, which is 872. So the width is 872 pixels. Okay. Then the others, we're going to set it later on one by one. So click OK to insert the table. Then now we're going to merge the first cell. So the first row is going to be a single cell with 872 and 215 height. So select the cell, right click, modify, merge cell. Then to set the dimension of the cell, because the width and the height was given, so you have to set the dimension. So select the cell, right click, cell property, set the dimension. So the width of the cell should be 872 and the height is 215. So 872 and the height is 215 pixel. So click apply. Okay, so you can see the dimension. Then next one is for row number 2. You can see that you're having 200, 200, 200, 200 for this row. So you just need to select the cell, right click. We still need to set the cell property. So go to the cell property, put in the specific width. So 200 for the width. So you can see that once you do the changes, the command in the HTML code, it will generate for you the TD for this cell. It is 200 pixel. Okay. Then for the height for the next row, it is going to be 880. So select the third row. Select the third row. Right click this round for the cell, and we need to set for the height, which is 80 pixel. So next one is for the cell J and K. So for cell J, we're having width 424 and the height is 150 only for this cell. So go to cell J, you have to select the merge cell. Okay, select the 2 cell, modify, merge cell. So set the dimension for this cell. So this is going to be 424 for the width, and the height is going to be 150. So 150. So you set it. Then for the cell K, you have to right click, modify, merge cell. So this is the dimension you should have for your web page. Okay, for your table. Then next one, you need to set the title of the web page. So this is the title we need to insert. So to insert the title, you can go to, because the title tag is inside the head tag. If you are comfortable with the command, you can actually go to the code And within the head tag, we insert the title. Okay, so you can go to here, just type title. So put in the title as given here. So this is actually the text we have to type in. So you have to type in the text. So OLDE, follow the spelling. Those in capital letter, you have to follow in capital letter. Okay, so WORLDE, Gardens homepage. So Gardens homepage. So make sure you spell exactly the same. So this is where we can set for the title. Okay, so next one, you can save your web page. If you want to test it out, you can always go to your browser view. Okay, but I'm not going to show it in the Explorer. So for me, I will go to the site where I'm doing my web page, and you can actually double click to open it. You can open in your this Explorer, okay, sorry, Microsoft Edge or the Google Chrome, okay, any browser. So on the browser, you can see that this is the title. Okay, this is the title. So next thing, we need to actually place the cell A. Okay, place in cell A image N20 logo. Resize the image in the HTML to 872 width and height and 215 pixel height. So in cell A, we need to insert the picture. You can go to Insert Picture from File. So choose the logo image and insert. Okay, so this is how we insert it. And because we need to set the height and the width for this picture, right? So 872 and 215. So you can double click on the image and go to the appearance setting. So the width is 872 and the height is 215. So specify, because aspect ratio, that it will change accordingly. So you have to uncheck this checkbox. So here it will be 215. So it won't change accordingly. So it will be actually fit into the position. So you can see that in your command, if you refer to your code, you can see in your HTML, you have image ALT alternate text. The height and the width have been set accordingly. Okay. So next one, in cell F, G, H, and I, you have to type in this text: flower, landscaping, world gardens, and contact us, and set them to H2. So G is actually here, cell F, flowers. So you type in flowers. Then next one, have to type in landscaping. Okay, then followed by world garden. And there's an S, sorry. Okay, the next one is the contact us. So contact us. So these four, you have to set it with H2. So select the 4 cells and you can go to here, styles, set H2. So you can see that the words have been enclosed with H2. Okay, then next one, in question number 6, place in cell B, C, D, and E the most appropriate images from those provided to match the text in step number 5. The aspect ratio for each image chosen must match with the placeholder. Where necessary in HTML, make each image to display as 200 pixel wide whilst maintain the aspect ratio. So what we have to do is, in each of the place here, we need to actually put in the images. So we go to the flower image, so you go to Insert, Pictures from File. Okay, then you can cross-check, see which one is the most relevant picture in this case. So we need the flowers, so I will choose this N20 daisy. Insert. okay, such a large image, right? So we need to actually set the width to 200 and maintain aspect ratio. So double click the picture, go to the appearance, and the width you have to put 200. Because we select keep aspect ratio, right? So when you change, the height will change accordingly. So this is how the image looks like. Okay, then for landscape, so insert image. So landscapes, so which one is a better choice here? So we have to choose N20 vistas. Okay, double click, appearance, set the width to 200. Okay, next one, wall garden. So insert picture, then wall garden. So double click again, appearance, the width must be 200. Okay, contact us. So contact us, the most relevant picture is this one, N20 contact. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, so this is how we can insert the picture. Okay, then in cell J, the content, place in cell J the content of N20 text.txt and set it as paragraph styles. So open the N20 txt text file. You need to select the text here. So select the text, Ctrl C, copy. And in cell J, we have to place it. So here is your cell J, right? You Ctrl V, paste it. After you paste it, you will realize that actually you have one extra blank line here. So remember to, because you can see in your code, you also have BR. So just backspace once to remove the BR. Okay. Then select the passage you are having, set it as paragraph tag. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, the text should be placed in the paragraph tag. Then in cell K, the text, okay, insert the text, web page last updated by. So on a new line below this, place your name, sender number, and candidate's number. So in the K, cell K, you have to put in web page last updated by. So web page last updated by. Okay, so there's a colon, you have to put in the colon in a new line. So enter, then your candidate's details. You have to put in your candidate's details. Okay, then select all this data in this cell and set it to styles H3. So this is how it should looks like. So you can see the comparison is that you should have a BR tag here because we need to insert them in a new line. Okay, then next one, set an appropriate alternate text to all the images. So all these images we have to put appropriate alternate text. So double click the pictures we are having under alternate text here. So this is the message, this is the command we need to put in for the ART. So the first image I'm selecting is the logo. So you can put in image of logo. Okay, then this is the image of flower. So you can put in image of flowers. Then landscape. So image of landscaping. Then next one, image of wall gardens. And last one is the image of contact. Okay, or you want to put in contact us also can. So you can see that all the ART commands have inserted with the alternate text. Okay, then next one, set the name of the default target window as _self. So to set the default target windows, this is actually the commands belongs to the head tag. So inside the head tag, you add one more command, base. Okay, the base command, and space it. We're talking about the target. So set the target attribute equal and self. So this is what we need to set it, and remember to close tag. So save your web page. Okay. In order to set this target window to self, besides typing the code in the in the base target, okay, in the head tag. You can also do it in the design view by doing right click, page properties, and you can actually go to the default target frame and do the change target frame by putting in the target setting _self. This is also workable. And to put in the title, remember just now we put in the title of the web page. You can also set it in the page property, whereby you can see the title here. So this is a place where you can put in the title. Okay, so next one, create a hyperlink for the text contact us and for the image. So go to the text contact us, select the text you are having, then right click hyperlink. Go to the existing web page because you'll need to actually point it to the N20 contact.html. So go to select N20 contact.html. If let's say the question asks you to do for the email, then you have to choose email and then type in the appropriate subject lines as well as the email address will do. Okay. But if you need to navigate within the web page, then you have to choose place in this document, but beforehand you will have to include an anchor. So we need to actually make it open in a new browser window called blank. So go to target frame, new window, and make sure the name is blank. Then click OK, click OK. So the command is this. Okay, so do the same thing for the contact us picture. Right click, go to hyperlink. So choose contact.html, target frame. So new window, blank. So this is how it should happen. Okay. So next one, attach the Stylesheet N20 olafu.css to this web page. So to attach Stylesheet, we go to Format, CSS Styles, Attach Stylesheets. So browse, choose the Stylesheets we need, N20 olafu, open. So this is how the web page should be. So after you include the Stylesheets, then you can see this is how it should happen. Because just now I accidentally actually click on the border width, so I have to remove the auto styles. Okay, I got to remove this auto style class because just now when I insert the picture, I accidentally click, okay, drag a bit over there. So we need to actually remove that auto styles. Okay, we need to remove that auto styles. So save your web page. You can go to your browser view, browse it, have a look. This is how your web page should be. So when you click on Contact Us, it will open in a new browser window, and this is the page which going to open. So Contact Us. Okay. So next one. Open the Stylesheet N20 olafu.css. The Stylesheet need to be updated, okay, to add the following specification. Set the background for the web page so that it has the color with a blue component, okay, red and the green component. So we do one by one. I will rearrange my window size now so that we can look at the questions at the same time solving our task. Okay, so let me adjust a bit now. Okay, so here we need to set the background for this web page. So background is handled by the body styles. So you can go to body, open curly brackets. So background color, so we go for the background color. So we go for, okay, we go for body. So open curly bracket, background color. Remember the color hexadecimal code is hashtag RGB. So red component ABR, okay, R, G is green, so C5, B is A4, so semicolon. Okay, then set the background for the web page so that the image N20BG is placed on the top right corner of the window. So we're going to include an image. So here we can do background image, include image. So pick URL, where the image come from. So use pick URL. So open the select the picture N20BG, open semicolon. Okay, open semicolon. So we want this picture to only display at the top right corner. So we can do for the background positions. Okay, background positions. Then we can do right. Okay, space. Background position Y is top. So top right corner. Okay, top right corner. So once you've done the setting, you can save your Stylesheet and cross-check. But for your cross-check, you will realize that actually the background pictures, the background logo have been repeated, because you can see the patterns have been repeated, right? So what we need to do here is because they only want it on the top right corner positions, so we need to add a background repeat attribute and set it non-repeat. So when you save it, go to your web page, have a look. Now you can see that, okay, if you go to your browser view. So now you can see this picture have been actually placed at the top right corner instead of being repeated. Okay. So next, set the fonts H1, H2, H3 for the paragraph. And for the paragraph styles, okay, so you have few things up. H1, H2, H3, and paragraph styles. To select Arial, and if this font is available, then if not, select this. If neither of this font available, then you need to use default sans serif. So we go to the Stylesheets. Now you have to do the grouping. So H1, H2, H3, and paragraph. Okay, so we need to set the fonts family for him. So the first font is Arial. If not available, so comma. Theoretical new because it is 2 words, so you have to write it within the double quotation. Okay, comma. So sans serif, semicolon. Okay, then set the paragraph styles with H2 with 12 point and fully justified text. So we need the P style setting again. Okay, so font size. So font size will be 12 point PT, and then alignment. So you go to text align, justify. So this is what we need to set. Okay. The next one, add your name, sender number, candidate's number at the start of the Stylesheet. So go to the beginning of the Stylesheet, line number 1. You have to put in your candidate's detail. So to become a comment, we have to do slash asterisk asterisk slash. So put your informations, candidate's details within this comment. Okay. Then save your Stylesheet. Before we do it, you can see that actually this H2 and H3, they are sharing the common properties, right? So we can actually do the grouping, comma H2. Then you can clear off this, so because they are having the sharing properties. Okay, so save your Stylesheet. So next questions, take a screenshot of the content of your Stylesheet. So take a screenshot showing in your evidence document, make sure that file name and the content are fully visible. So we need to continue with this snipping tools. So get your snipping tools and screenshot. So in your screenshot, you have to make sure that it is clearly, okay, it is clear visible, including the file name and the whole content. So put it in your evidence number 2. So evidence number 2. Your Stylesheet. So this is what you have to prepare for your Stylesheet. Okay. Then display the web page in the browser. If necessary, resize it. All the page width can be seen. The text are readable. The address bar is visible and the background is clear. Okay. So you can do one screenshot or screenshots of your web page Make sure that both tables and the background elements are clear. So this is what we need is in the browser view. So go to the browser view. Okay, go to the browser view. You can actually do some resizing. Okay, you can actually do some resizing. So for me, you may press the Control key and then scroll down. Okay, or Control plus negative. Okay, Control with negative. So you need to make sure that the file path is fully visible. Then take the snipping tools and you got to screenshot this for your evidence number 3. Okay, so always have the habits, your descriptions and the pictures are in the same page. Okay, so we have this evidence number 3. So this is how it should look like. Okay, then next one, show in the HTML. Okay, so take a copy of the HTML source and place it in your evidence document. I will encourage you to actually do the screenshot. So what I need to do is I'm going to do the capture. So screenshot the including the file name. Okay, so just need to remember where you stop the screenshot. Then go to your evidence document. So evidence number 4. So first picture. Okay, it is quite clear actually. Okay, I did until line number 43, so I have to continue. From 43, continue. So 44 until the end. Okay, so close HTML. So just paste the picture. So I will make the descriptions and the screenshot in the same page. So don't forget, on the header of your evidence document, you must put in your candidate's details. Okay, make sure you type your full names and the numbers and your candidate's number. So this is what we need to do for the web authoring task.